Is this your setup now? I'm supposed to look at the screen?
You like looking at the screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, look at the screen.
My thing said somebody was trying to get in our account. Is that Robert Kelly?
That's the other thing. You like one of the babies when you're driving the car, you need to like watch an iPad to know what how to distract you.
Yeah. Just fucking shit here. Microphone.
All right, it seems like we got a lot of time. So, welcome to the first official episode of Talk About the Greatest Podcast, and here we are in our first official studio. So, Travis, thank you for arranging this beautiful 10,000 square feet place out. I know the smoke alarm goes off once in a while, but the renovation that happened into the place. So, how's it going?
Everything's great, Artem. I just want to tell you that you being here the last couple of days has shown me that you should have went home right after the tournament with time and came in just like everybody else on Thursday or Friday. So let's just chalk this up as a bad decision.
What, you don't like my company for the past 72 hours?
I mean, man, we had a whole bunch of stuff to do yesterday. You fell asleep at 4 o'clock, didn't get up till 9 o'clock at night. How uncomfortable and strange is it having somebody sleep in your house for 5 hours in the middle of the evening?
You have comfortable beds in the house. Again, what can I say? Comfortable beds, West Virginia food hits different. Hey, that lunch break was awesome too.
No doubt. Yeah, we're taking care of our. Yeah, with my wife out of town, we haven't even cooked yet. So might do that today.
You're out there, you gotta be doing something, right?
We might do that today. Might I fillet some of these drumsticks and then get some grade A yard bird roll in here, a little bit of rice. I'm gonna hook Artem up.
Well, the first day we had the conversation about eggs. So I have, and I cooked it for some people. Tom got to experience it. I have this awesome scrambled egg recipe. However, I had to warn Travis that it is very creamy and Travis got to be a JLA type of guy, and I get it. I guess it's an important question when you just scramble eggs. There's time for some jail eggs that are super hard, and I guess there's no time for cream eggs. So.
Nah, man, yeah. Every time I go to a fancy brunch, you'll get those creamy eggs, man, and I'm always like, man, these people you must have to be rich. You must have to be a Republican to eat those type of eggs. Yeah, I like my eggs well done.
The Motel 6 eggs.
No, I don't like no I'm talking about just your butter in the I make my eggs in a pan, not a skillet. Right. Lots of butter, throw them in there, swish them around, but let them set in that warmth. I don't want to see no liquid, nothing crazy in my eggs. Definitely not. We did get a phone call this morning. Update. We got a phone call from the monster, Michael Todd. Made the phone call. Now listen, Michael Todd only calls for 2 reasons. One is to complain about what I said somewhere publicly, and wants to confirm that that he heard some disrespectful comment and that did I mean it? And then I'm always like, no, I don't know. I don't remember saying that, right? And then the other reason he calls is when I said something good, and then he'll call. And today he was very impressed with my wishing him luck on the comeback and saying that I'd like to see him in a rack play. And he said his arm is getting better. So that's the update on Monster Michael Todd. I also convinced him he will be here this weekend. So if you're a Michael Todd fan and you want to see and hang out with Michael Todd this Saturday, he will be in Virginia, Delaplane, Virginia, at what is it, the three
Bucks.
Yeah, the 3 Fox Vineyards.
Hey, you got it.
Fox, yeah. So Delaplane, Virginia, but man, listen, the tournament's hot, man. John Brezink, Devin Laird, Artem, Gabby, Michelle Dugan. I mean, tell me some names that are coming. Matt Mass, BLM, Paul Lynn.
Speaking of names, I do have this subject. Apparently, according to the public, we have been disrespectful to certain people, which part of the show, but there's a couple of names I feel like we need to throw out there, or maybe not, because we do want to preserve the entries for the tournament and we want to scare people away. However, I was shining a light this Travis on Nick Stone.
Whoa, Nick the Stick Stone.
I got 16,000 of his trading partners messaging me and asking for super chats. Asking me, telling me that Nick Stone is the guy. The sales pitch for Nick Stone is super weak. I usually have to tell people how you sell somebody as an athlete, and so far Nick Stone's sale been absolutely weak. However, there's a couple of good moments, right? Nick does, whenever you bring out some names, Paul Cruz. Suppose Nick Stone crushed Paul Cruz, right?
Is that valid or what? Like, you ain't gonna just come on here. You just can't come on here talking about killing Paul Cruz, man.
If I don't read all those messages, it'll make you deliver too.
Paul Cruz a grown ass man, and I mean, I pulled you tell me I can't beat Nick the Stick Stone,
dude. Nick Stone supposedly took Sean Latimer and crushed him both hands like it wasn't a
man. Sean Latimer is a big sissy.
So I'm just letting you know right now.
Old sissy.
I guess Nick Stone could be that guy.
Nick Stone.
Yeah, I was here.
Come on. I don't even know who Nick Stone is. Nick Stone, can you or one of your trainer partners please put a phone number so that we can bring one of you? I got to see your face, Nick Stone. Because now I feel like since Artem just said I couldn't beat you, we got a problem, Nick Stone. We got a problem. And as you can clearly see, this is a 4X Shepherd t-shirt. Look at the size difference, Artem. I'm way bigger than your ass, yo. Oh my God.
Well, let me see your double bites.
Whoa, stem cell got him. I'm getting my stem cells. Oh yeah, I asked Michael Todd about stem cell too.
What did you say?
He said his favorite stem cells were D-ball and testosterone, and he really likes the Trenbolone Vita Cell product.
Nick Stone gonna do to you. So Nick Stone is gentleman in the black in the next video. That's you, Nick, in your match.
Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Who in the hell is he pulling? Big Sean Latimer.
We have
Big Sean Latimer, the biggest hater in the world.
Oh, Mike's Viking said, Travis, Nick will see us Saturday.
Whoa, Nick. I just saw a picture of you, Nick. I take everything back.
I want to see the match. I want to see if I'm not a nerd. And Nick Stone. Is that Paul Cruz on the left?
I think that is Paul Cruz.
Let's see. Maybe there was
maybe yeah. Okay. Maybe everybody's beating Sean Latimer these days.
All right, that's
okay. Here it is. Nick Stone. Am I detecting a no mustache or a light mustache? What do we got going on here?
Very light,
but a big beard.
Big beard.
Team.
Maybe
Team Tone. Team Stone.
Team Stone.
Oh, Tone. I didn't see the S.
Like Nick Stone.
Nah, I'm saying Team Tone. That's his name. Team Tone.
I put in a budget beard.
Okay.
Budget beard, I'm assuming she drives a lifted truck.
Come on, man. This is gotta be the worst podcast. Oh my goodness. Nick Stoney. Well, I have gathered 2 things from here. First off,
what you got for that?
First off,
what you got for that?
Nick Stone is pretty good. Second of all, I will bust Nick Stone's ass, man. What is going on there? We'll see you on Saturday, Nick. Zach Lee is going to run through the 170s. Changed my mind. Jax Topher, we will never allow, what's his name, Zach Lee to win this tournament. Politics, refereeing will all come into play. Zach Lee will be leaving in a cop car after he gets in a verbal altercation with somebody. Because listen, if I hear Zach Lee say F you, if he whispers it to somebody once he leaves the vineyard, we're going to be on his ass. He's going to have to be on his best behavior and he will get fouled out. He will not win this tournament. We will not allow Zach Lee to win this tournament. You got that, Arnold?
As a camera guy, I'm a little sure of that, I guess. Yes.
Fouled out.
I'll be out there with your referee showing you replace everything.
Now, Artem seems to think that when Zach called yesterday, that Zach was not aware we were on live.
I don't think so.
Whoa! Should we alert him? Is there any crime in us having a live
I
person
think
on?
it's a little bit unethical depending what could have said, but I think the conversation.
Well, I meant to be unethical now. That's a good note. No, I will not be at the Keystones this year. After I got cussed out and assaulted last year, I will not be attending that tournament.
Carl Stem was saying.
Carl.
Yeah, but you know what? He never gave us. Did he give us a reply yesterday?
Man, Carl's out, man. Get this guy.
I don't think I've seen the message.
Carl, you are banned from the podcast.
Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to talk about and we need to cover. Let's see how many people we have in the chat. We'll go heavy. Okay, we can go a little heavy. Travis, people asking about acrylic black.
Oh,
When are we purchasing
right here?
When are we purchasing those?
Oh, fire. Oh shit. Wait, what is it? Yeah. I say we let that thing go right now. First person that chats $15. Let's go. Or super chat it. Super, what's it called?
Hold on. You know the shipping on that thing? Are we gonna ship it in a sign box or just separate?
I would do separate. That box.
Yeah.
That box is a game changer.
Alright, so the box needs to be less than 50 to ship. Plus the value of the plot.
Give us $5 total. We'll get it right over to you. You kidding me? We're not in this thing to make any money. Artem, that's not how you grow. You grow by giving shit away. Don't you watch The Greatness on I Man Greatness? I Man Greatness.
Do we have greatness budget?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes,
That's fake money, right? The greatness is given out. Oh, that's fake living.
I didn't think so. Well, okay, so since we have a little bit more people, one of the things we want to cover up, guys, pay-per-view this Saturday. Robert Kelly is telling us we're not promoting it correctly. We need the link is already up there. You can go ahead and favorite in your browser anywhere, but all you have to do, go to our YouTube and become a member, and within 24 hours, you can go to Devin Laird's channel and become a member on there. Also, any other way you can go and watch pay-per-view like that. So just go to our channel, go to the membership.
If you don't want to give me the money, give it to Devin. He'll then give it to me. Totally cool with that. Totally cool with that. Let's go.
So there will be two ways to purchase the pay-per-view, either on our channel or Devin's channel.
And we are competing, Devin and I. I expect that my channel will have more views than his channel. And if not, I will be canceling this podcast from now on.
All right, so you guys, you're pretty serious about that. So
I'm quick. You see this jersey behind you. Don't let this man move up the depth chart.
you can We already have a couple minutes going in, and you guys can wait till Saturday to do it then. But if all of a sudden your bank credit card doesn't work on Saturday and banks are closed, so you can't get it in, you better become a member today and make sure you're all saved up for your Saturday. So do it right now. That's pretty much it for the pay-per-view. What else we got, Travis? What else we got for the tournament?
We just got to make sure that anybody knows right now. There's people scheduling practice tonight. Cancel practice. Find out who's got the minivan. And get to June 3rd, Saturday at the 3 Fox Vineyards in Delaplane. Dude, everyone's going to be there. We're going to set this thing up. It's going to be so smooth.
Can we super chat that thing out? Oh, no.
Super chat what?
Yeah, acrylic.
Yeah, listen, man, this is my gift to you. Yeah, acrylic flash. You do whatever you want to with it.
Ooh, man, that's got okay. Give them $50 to ship this piece.
Yeah, it's gonna be some money, no doubt.
I don't know, 30%, whatever. I don't know, Travis. You signing the thing? I'll say.
No, that thing is nice, man. That thing costs, I think, $120 if you go through the thing. Yeah, don't be giving that thing away for no cheap.
Hey, come on, we have people asking.
Who wants one? Who wants it? Who wants it?
Arm Wrestling Mania wants one.
Arm Wrestling Mania. How much you got, big guy? I mean, you want this thing? This is one of one. There is never be another one until someone else orders.
All right. $100 super chat.
$100?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
What?
Nah, $100, man. Mark ain't never gonna give us that money.
Hey,
Nah, $100 cash out.
Robert Gould, you know the cash app, so if you want this thing, you're the person to get it.
Cash out.
You live there permanently, yeah, unless Travis Bagent gives me back my ID, I cannot live the house.
Yeah. The truth is, Artem's having citizenship and visa problems.
And I figured what the safest person to come to in the whole America rather than Travis Bagent. Oh, you know what? It's funny you said that. Actually, it's a bad start, but speaking of sensitive subject, 2 days ago, May 29th, was 10 years since me and my mom stepped onto this land.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
10 years. Any regrets?
Oh, hell no. She messed with me the other day, and I'm like, I'm rigging it in Travis Bagent's basement. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alive. Alive. So, he said, yeah. 10 years ago.
Wait, I missed it. $100 for what, Robert Gould?
You can just send $100 for me, but
Cash out. Cash out.
you can get this
Ooh.
nice plan by Travis Bagent. It even has QR code. You scan it, he sings your song.
That's a weird photo they chose. Weird photo.
I know Travis also won $130 super chat, so it's up to you guys.
The Bears.
What kind of press conference is this? June 3rd press conference. We do gonna have Q&A. As long as they have everything perfect on their broadcast, we're gonna start the tournament with a Q&A.
Yes, we will have Gabby, Paul Lynn, John and Devin, all four of the guys sitting there and girls. And we'll start it off with just their remarks on the event that's about to take place, the finals, how the day's been, and then we'll take a lot of questions, and that'll be live on the show for the first. We'll make that free too on the channel, and then we'll jump to the
Robert Gould is Yes.
Oh, that ain't no good. Yeah.
I also have Arm Wrestling Mania messaging me too. So Arm Wrestling Mania, aka Julia.
Hey, we're at 150. Do our 150 here to listen. We got 4 million people watching right now. There's got to be somebody in for 150.
I guess we cannot promise that they're just gonna go to the first person to do it.
Man, we're like Doug Ehrlich here. We have no integrity when it comes to the rules. We might say whatever we say. Who cares? We also got 3 of these Tyson Bagent signed jerseys left out of 100. We have 3 remaining. You see it right behind me, right there it is. T Bagent signed. It ain't shit now, but you watch. You wake up 18 months from now, you'll be like, holy shit. Travis is on the Oprah Winfrey show. He hit. Him, set aside Barack Obama and Michael Jordan, all the greats from Chicago. Travis, can you say hello to Chili? Nope. Ain't doing it. What that thing say at the bottom? It says you're selling something. What's it say?
I'm selling beer on Saturday.
Yes, beer and wine. It's awesome, man. This place is nice, man. Like, it's almost too classy for arm wrestling. It's amazing.
It's been asked a couple of times. Can you give us your thoughts on Hermes and Jerry?
Food stamps, yes, we do accept them, but we only accept half. So if you want this, if you want that plaque, it'd be $150 now, but it'd be $300 in food stamps. You know how it works, Daniel Johnson. Don't even act like you don't know. All right, what are you talking about? What was your question?
You were all autistic in there for a second. I was not sure what happened to my question.
Well, you're from Russia, man. Y'all usually just, when you get hungry, just go rob and loot and steal from people. Here, go get a food stamp.
My mom made everything to make sure I didn't have to run.
Victor, I will be in the tournament Saturday, left and right-handed in the last chance, and then hopefully winning that money. So yeah, I plan on winning the tournament, baby.
Nick's gonna smack you like.
Nick, who? I'm killing Nick Stover. Nick Stover. You felt it? I was whacking you yesterday.
Okay, tell the crowd how my right arm felt. And left.
Yeah, I was killing Arden. How much for Tyson's jersey? Jax. Trying to get 150. Like 150. 150 is a good number. Cash App. Give me an address. Free shipping.
You have Cash App?
Yes, I'm getting ready to give you my Cash App, motherfucker, for that $100. Woo! Who is that did that? Is Robert Gould coming Saturday?
That was a gift.
Oh, okay. Robert. Is Robert coming Saturday?
Robert, are you coming? Anyway, before Robert tells us if you're coming to Hermes and Jerry, can you tell us your thoughts, please? I'm gonna close up.
Hermes and Jerry. Very, very interesting, right? Because there's two schools of thought, right? Hermes and Levon have separated themselves from the field. That is possible, I guess, right? I don't really see that because of Hermes's speed bumps that he has taken on the way when it comes to Alex, or when it came to even Matt Mass, having some trouble up high. But maybe since the transformation to where he got to Paul and Levon, that he actually is, him and Levon are a step above. But looking back and watching Hermes and Gennady, I saw a little bit of panic in Hermes when Gennady was pressing.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to be aggressive enough and twitchy to get it done. But I feel like that one more little bit of more energy being used, then Hermes would have been in trouble at the end of that match too. So it's just such a great story. If Jerry Carteret has put it all together, and the length of time that he has been staying at it is more than usual, then he could probably become something that is more than the usual Jerry Carteret. Because I assume the Jerry Carteret that I've known my whole life is not the #1 arm wrestler in the world. But maybe this version of Jerry is. So if you're an American, you love the fact that Hermes is not arm wrestled Jerry. Love the fact that Gennady's press, although sick, could possibly not be as potent as Jerry's, and that there was a situation where Hermes was a little sticky and tired, and that was a battle over there. It ended up Hermes won the last 2 rounds, or lost the last 2 rounds to Gennady. So we'll see. And then if you're Italian and you pick the right lane and you don't run away from the table, there's a lane where you can just eat them up. So
I think Hermes said in one of his videos another day that top roll will be too easy if you're gonna either hook or flop pressing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you just wanna say the top roll is too easy while in reality inside.
Well, and the truth is you can't hook Jerry if he does, because Jerry will continue. Like if you, no matter where you trying to come in, Jerry will just keep backing up, right? He'll keep backing up until it's there. He doesn't care. Like he will pin himself in order to not get in the hook. So yeah, I don't know. I just think, the Americans went down so brutally the last time that I think that even if it's easy for the Americans to need Jerry to win, which is, gives them a lot more, more of a chance, I'd say. What we got from Ben Flamboa? Is that an L or an I?
Holy running arms. I'm in a heavyweight class. Please give more info how the seeded bracket works and how the class will end with a super match. Keep up the good work.
No doubt. So, Ben, there will be between 10 and 20 of you guys, no matter how many there are. We will separate the bracket into 2 brackets. So you won't see anybody on the other bracket at all unless you win your bracket and they win their bracket. And then the 2 second place guys in the bracket will pull 1 match to decide who's 3rd place. So super simple. And what it allows is for there to be 2 winners of each bracket that will pull the best 2 out of 3, which is a good situation for the pay-per-view, knowing that double elimination tournaments, for the most part, the finals has already been decided in that final 4. You kind of know because they've already pulled. So,
all right. Before we go all into that, people have asked a couple episodes for us to give update on Tyson, and I think we did. So
yeah, Tyson's grinding still. The 4th quarterback in queue there in Chicago starts with the great Justin Fields. Seems like he's the guy, the starter, and Tyson is gonna, there's a couple obstacles, right? So Tyson's job as the 4th quarterback really doesn't exist traditionally in the NFL. Less than 15% of the league will hold 4 quarterbacks. Now, the situation is that you can have an emergency quarterback. So it's kind of like changed the landscape a little bit to where most teams would carry 2 quarterbacks and then the 3rd one would be on the practice team. This new rule, because of the San Francisco having that trouble and not having a quarterback to finish the game, they instituted this 3rd emergency quarterback that can be on the main roster. And remember, the main roster means you make over $1 million. If you're on the practice team, you're under $500,000. So it's a significant jump. So Tyson's battling with PJ Walker's the backup, pretty solidified right now, but every day they're practicing. So they're at the OTAs in Chicago. He's been there for 3 weeks, got 2 more weeks. He was home for Memorial Day this weekend, seemed super duper crazy, super comfortable, super confident. So I imagine that he will be pushing the Nate Peterman, PJ Walker situation as much as possible. I mean, it's like every other sport. How you got in there matters for a while before they start mixing it up. But I have a ton of confidence that he will, in due time, become a significant starter or backup in Chicago. But I've always kind of felt that way. But I'm not a quarterback. I mean, I'm not a quarterback coach when it comes to the NFL.
You're one of the best softball coaches, huh?
I am the best youth league coach of baseball, softball, football. I would say yes, definitely in the top 3.
What led you to that conclusion, to that title?
Just 20 years of coaching youth. including CrossFit classes and having a distinct understanding on how to keep it simple. And if it's a team game, you can get all the players to really know what's going on. You have a significant advantage. Too many coaches teach about 3 or 4 kids on the team, and they don't even have it good enough to be able to display it. So it becomes a lot of complication and a lot of just about half the team knowing what's going on. So as you know, Artem, my communication is absolutely on point. And I am a stickler when it comes to the process, right? You don't go, there's no reason to make a fist if you're not making a fist at training, right? We wouldn't put you in that position where you weren't completely ready. So I am a amazing youth athlete communicator, which makes me the top 3 coaches in the world when it comes to anybody under 12 years old. Once they get a little older than that, you need a bunch of guys and, more of a team effort.
$199 super chat. Can you ask Zach Lee to sign for Tyson?
Oh, Jax. Will you watch the thing? Zach called. We put him on live. Artem said that there was no moral integrity there. I should have told Zach he was live, Jax.
Where did Doug Early go you?
Little Doug Early got me, but hey, I got a lot of Doug Ehrlich in me, so I'm cool with it.
Are we coming up with 2 toes now?
Travis, how long have you been pulling for now, and how you feel shape-wise? I've been pulling for 0 days, and I feel amazing because Artem here has been taking stem cell like crazy, and I'm whacking his ass, so I feel really good.
Good.
Well, we got a flyer. That should be a common occurrence.
Did you get fired from CrossFit on your day off?
I was not there when, you know what? Everybody, all of my buddies, everybody that I know at CrossFit got fired. Crazy. Like every one of us, like at some point got fired. And it's crazy too. And it was weird because a lot of times the people were mad about getting fired without remembering that they didn't deserve the job anyway. They only got the job because their buddy, the owner. So whenever people would always, like even Casey or if anybody threw any shade at CrossFit, I'd always be like, hey, the guy gave us $500,000. I mean, and didn't need security. You know what I mean? 1 million people could have done the announcing at the CrossFit Games. So, I think a lot of times people forget about the blessing and they only want to just, whenever things don't work out or when it's time to make changes, that they forget how they got the job.
Did you mention Nathan Peterman?
Yeah, Nate Peterman, 28-year-old, almost 30, I guess. He's the 3rd string quarterback right now. I have a feeling that or at least a thought that hopefully PJ Walker and Nate Peterman are the ones battling and that Tice will just grandfather himself into that 3rd role once they make their decision on them two. I could be completely wrong. I don't know anything. And listen, just know that as much shit as I like to talk, like I don't care. I will say anything. Just know that I'm always biting my tongue when it comes to the Chicago Bears and Tyson's career to make sure that I don't say something that would upset, any of the teammates or the city. So just know that I'm always in reserve when I'm talking about the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, the thing will be one day Tyson have to call you like, Dad. Have to call them the Bears for the podcast, son.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really like, if I thought that those people knew me, I would start talking crazy amount of shit. But the truth is this could be their introduction to me right now. So I just don't want to say something too crazy. Victor, it says Travis taking the stem cell treatment on Saturday. I will be. So just know that you can look at me sideways on Friday, but watch your eyeballs on Sunday because I'll be different.
So this guy's asking us if we can find every amateur event on earth and make sure we put it up as a flyer at the end.
No, we cannot do that. No, we only care about our tournament on this Saturday and collecting your $40 entry fee. Don't ask us to carry the whole sport.
Plus $150 poster, a couple t-shirts.
No one's buying that poster for $150, man. You got robbed. Tell Ingen that you give him $12 for that.
Well, it's 150 like this, and it's 1,600 once you sign it too.
I'm not even signing it anymore, man.
Oh, come on, getting one of the sticker sheets. I get here, Tyson can sign a couple of those.
It says it's Travis's voice from a previous injury. What? You can injure your damn voice?
Yeah, talking all the shits I've already done smoking.
Of course, smoking. Yes, I have smoked a lot of blunts, young man. I would say that probably has accredited to it. Plus, being raspy is a form of confidence, young man. That took me a long time.
The son of tuberculosis.
Oh shit! Yeah, is there a test for that?
There is.
Oh shit!
Let's get your lungs.
Oh,
Might get some scar tissue build up.
Man. Don't say that. Yeah, it could be. Hopefully not.
No, 1, 2, 3 nights in jail, you're good to go. That's it. Have you ever guys tried to street curl? Travis, what's your street curl?
There's no such thing as a strict curl. Arm wrestling is not a curl.
Put your back against the wall with your hands, just like live on the number. What's your biggest?
I would never, ever do that.
Not
Jax,
not
you and Zach Lee are the most annoying two pullers I know besides Ryan Bowen. And I like Ryan Bowen, so I don't really think he's annoying.
Well, my biggest street curl is 160 pounds. So.
Well, that means I could probably do 700. So yeah, we're good.
I told you about live on the number, but not that high.
600. That's what I did last time. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably 500 now. I can pull.
Man, I wanna do give a take about Bowen. Hey, Bowen just came out with a video that said that he is in his strongest form ever. I know it really details, but that was the title.
Yeah, but isn't every arm wrestler that's only been arm wrestling for 4 or 5 years have to be stronger now than they've ever been?
I mean, it's within the reality, right?
And do you know what stronger than you've ever been means? It just means that you had a number, you know the number, so now your only goal in life is to get a higher number. And you equate the higher number to mean you must be stronger. When the truth is, if you have already known the number back in the day, you might already been that strong too. So it's all relative. So I believe that Ryan Bowen is the strongest he's ever been because it looks to me like he now is in the gym more than he's ever been. So he equates the fact that he can bench press more as to he'll be stronger in the gym, and he's probably or stronger on the table, and he's probably correct. Yeah, I think that he has a good chance. He has a 50-50 chance against you. And maybe could, he definitely got a 50-50 chance. He probably thinks it's more like 70-30, but here's the bad part about it. Yeah, and but whatever the situation is, he's not a good guy to lose to. Because I was telling you last night, he's a poser.
Oh yeah, it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, he's decided to to mimic that Devin Larrett make you give up kind of thing. So it's gonna be interesting the next time he has the ability to treat his opponent like that, because he will do it. I can tell, yeah. He's gonna probably do it to you.
Just have to make sure I'm hitting myself as quick as possible, and the pin goes down, or making sure I never go.
Yeah, and the way to do that is to run forward with your elbow off the elbow pad and just punch him in the chest. And then he will panic and then go ahead and win. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get out of that.
Right. Because all of a sudden y'all are going to discover a new connection and shit. All right. No. I can't Robert Gold. There's Travis. You had a great college career as a pitcher. What was your average velocity and preferred pitches you used?
I was in total command of all three pitches: fastball, curveball, changeup. Threw them in all counts and situations, but the go-to was the 85-mile-per-hour fastball. It dropped down to about 73 when I threw that changeup. So my senior year, my varsity head coach, who's the all-time winning baseball coach in the history of college or high school baseball, name is John Lowry Jr., Jefferson High School, or John Lowry, Jefferson. His son is John Lowry Jr. But he walked out on the mound and said, listen, I want you to start throwing this circle change. 3 pitches in, I could throw it just for strikes, and it changed my life, allowed me to play college baseball. And bad dude from then on.
All right. Guys, do you think baseball players will be good arm wrestlers? Their throwing arm will have conditioned elbow tendons, strong forearms from batting, etc.
I like it.
You do?
Yeah, I think they could be.
From speaking from experience with pitching.
I mean, Ryan Bowen's playing sissy ass tennis. Look what it did for him. He's about to kill Artem.
It's a hard step in your career. Make sure John gets that second stem cell treatment plus IV so he can get.
Hey, Vic, let me give you some advice, Vic. What if John Brzenk doesn't want anyone to know he's doing stem cell? That's why I haven't acknowledged each time that you've written his name down. And I'd appreciate it, Vic. Don't tell anybody I'm doing stem cells. I don't want anybody to know.
Yeah, because you still think it's illegal.
It's illegal. They're killing babies. Everybody knows that.
You think Smith Travis is going to meet the guy under the bridge on the Sunday night with make sure your headlights are off and switching the plates up on some progress.
I feel like it's like the vaccine. It's like, should I? Fitty.
Well, I don't think we've heard any bad things about stem cells, right? Whether there's some sketchy thing about vaccines here and there. Herman is making a racist comment about West Virginia. Herman, as far as I'm concerned, you're a white guy, bro. You don't have to worry about nothing, bro. I don't even believe when they tell me you have African American in you. You're way too much of a hater to be a brother, bro. Come on. You hate like white boys from the 90210 area code. Come on, bro. Stop trying to pull the black card. You not black. I saw that cowboy hat and that fucking mustache. Fuck out of here with that. And the lasso skills.
Yeah, go make some more memes. You and Artem.
Man, you're a hater.
Nah, Herman's a hater. You keep on talking about Herman like you and him boys.
Herman's my guy. So I'm surprised you're going to get a couple of memes get made out of you. But
oh, trust me. I talked to one of them online. I say, yo, I'll see you one day. The person's like, you're not a bitch, you know what I mean? That's when I knew it was you and Herman and him.
Why is that?
Just because that's some
that's some
soft ass shit that you two would do. And then claim I was being like mean to Russians and black guys if I defend myself.
Well, what did I tell you the day I came here? You better be careful talking shit to me because you see the bushes out there, right? See them moving around? That's Parsons. That's Parsons out there.
Parsons
Hiding out there in the little pistol.
I got news for you. There's a gun behind every blade of grass over here in West Virginia, bro. Don't bring that soft ass. I mean, we see you two walking around with those fake ass chains and wife beaters. Man, motherfuckers is all got a hand on the trigger around here.
Yeah, do you think it's a real do you think you got real tattoos too? No.
All Henny. All Henny.
It's all Henny. All day long.
All Henny.
That's what they are. Can't go to the wall dream without the tattoo. So you crazy? Have to get little sleeves and the Jaggers t-shirt. There was something there.
Why do you need multiple stem cell treatments, Artem, since you know so much about stem cell?
I have no idea, but I guess because your dominant will keep destroying your body, right? And the stem cells keep, floating and not floating in your body since you're getting older. So I'm assuming you have to keep constantly adding them up.
Neil Pickup said he's about to start stem cell.
Going down myself as my right wrist is ruined. That was a question. Somebody, but we kind of talked about it yesterday because you have interesting. Sherman said, "I send them, or we'll toast them."
I believe it. I believe that little slick comment is actually true as shit.
How long does it take to build elite wrist strength, or are you mostly born with it?
No, you are educated on a false grip, and then you no longer have to worry about wrist strength anymore. Wrist strength is about positioning, not about how much you can wrist curl. Because listen, it's just simple leverage, right? You give me the biggest freaking, Mike Solaris said it. He's like, I can move a mountain with a big enough lever. And it's true. Right.
I don't think Mike Sellers came up with a quote, but yes.
Yeah. Well, he quoted someone with that thing, and he's correct. The fact is that the connection is what's most important. A bad connection will put your wrist and hand in a place that somebody would assume that it was weak. But I think that we all pretty much have, if you put it in the right spot, you good. You ain't gotta worry about it.
So how long?
As long as it takes you to understand and grasp the false grip principles. And that's all it is, right? Like your hand, like that, for that wrist to be taken back, you have to try to control something, right? There's no doubt, right? That's just the way it is. So you put it in the right position, like there's a spot, right? So there's these levers, right? Your door knocking knuckles, right, are the first. If you put pressure between the tips of your finger and your door knocking knuckles right here, right? No matter how much strength I have in my hand and wrist, if there's enough pressure, they're going to open that hand up, right? It's just a fact. The next lever is my fist knuckles, right? Not the door knocking knuckles, but my fist knuckles. If I apply pressure between my index finger or my door knocking knuckles and my fist knuckles, no matter what, it's right in between that area. I don't care how strong I am, eventually enough pressure is going to bend my wrist back. The third lever is your wrist, right? So you got wrist, you got fist knuckles, and you got door knocking knuckles, right? There's a spot in the middle of your hand where pressure will give you a wrist curl instead of taking your hand, meaning his strength is going to help you wrist curl more than get your taken back. Now listen, I've talked about algebra and trigonometry. This is like astrophysicists or something. I'm talking about the smartest motherfucker that ever lived when you're getting into this situation. So just imagine if I could somehow position my hand in that groove where it's just on the edge of when pressure comes to it, it makes it wrist curl instead of bend backwards, right? My wrist all of a sudden appears to you peons and normal people that I have a strong wrist curl, or that I wrist curled him in, when really I set myself up so that pressure sideways would produce a wrist curl, not set up in here where pressure would force me to have my wrist go back. So there's no way you guys are going to get that. It flew. I can look at Artem's face right now. He's gone. Like I left his ass with the three levers. He's like, holy shit. I do have a door knocking knuckle lever. I do have a fucking fist lever. And I do have a wrist lever. This fucking guy's a genius. Yes, you are welcome. I am.
Sound like a version of a defense stop roll.
Complete opposite, J-Dog.
Oh, hold it. Let me explain them. Explain them once again, right? The ones,
So I don't want to get my hand taken, right?
right?
Right. So I put myself in a situation where now your side pressure, just give it to me, right? Just puts me in a wrist curl right now. I may not want to be in that wrist curl. So I may not want to put my hand up in there where that wrist curl. But if I don't want my hand to be, if I want my hand to be taken, then I try to control that thing, right? And then he takes my hand, right? But if I position my hand to where the pressure that he gives me sideways is going into the wrist curl, now he still might beat me, but my wrist and hand are completely protected by how much I've passed through the thumb line. Now I've got that, all that space right in here. Right, you see all that? That space is what he'll hit into. As soon as he hits into it, my wrist will curl. Now, this is a good position for him too. I'm just telling you that if you're in this position and you don't want to be, then change your connection into that false grip so that you don't even need your hand now. Now, when they pull, I can just use my hand to block it, right? You feel that, right, Artem? Yeah, and it's like, it's one of those things too, like I am so advanced. It's crazy. Crazy.
The levers.
Oh, here we go. Neil Pickup said, give me a lever long enough and Fulcrum, some shit strong enough.
Strong enough.
What is a Fulcrum?
It's basically what you place under the lever.
Okay, whatever the fuck Neil said, that's what Mike Slayer said.
That's an Archimedes
That's it.
principle was. Thanks, Neil. Picked up his education.
Neil, I believe that he just said that he's getting juiced up. See that?
He
back.
just said he was all about TRT and stem cells. Yeah, it was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
he said, Neil said his favorite TRT was Anadrol. And that's what they used to use back when England was winning the world championships.
But people explain fulcrum is the pivot point.
Okay, love it. Can you false grip in a hook? Yes, you false grip all the time, my man, because you want the freedom of hand movement.
You almost want to start with the hook for sure, always full freedom, so you can just fill that gap all the time.
I mean, yeah, until you can't get away from them. And they keep on jamming you in and you're wrist to wrist. And now you don't want to be. Now you might get underneath of that hand to make sure that if he tries to come in, that it would be like, think about this, right? You get your hand way up and high, right? Like not you, me, right? I'm way up in here thinking, I just want to be as high as I can. But now in doing that, look at how close our wrists are together. Right? Ready, go. I'm trying to top roll. He keeps coming forward and boom, we're locked in there, right? Now I'm like, dude, I can't beat this guy in a hook. Even in this hook, he's too fucking strong, right? But he will not top roll me. He keeps on hooking, right? Now he opens his hand up. Instead of being all up in here, I want to get underneath of that padding, underneath of this padding at his pinky, right? And then once I put my padding underneath of his, now I can't get as high up there, but there is no hooking anymore. He cannot hook me. It's impossible. My wrist is too far away from him. So no, when you're terrified of getting your hand taken, you come forward and high and you get your wrist closer to getting hooked. If you take your wrist far away from him, now it's all hand-to-hand combat. If I'm Rob Vigent Jr., let me tell you when this all hit home. This all hit home when I was developing the WAL set grip. And I thought for super heavyweights, for me personally, the best situation was for the referee to take his two fingers and put them there on between the two thumbs on the webbing of the two athletes. What that would do is you would know the space that you needed the thumbs to be separated from, right? You close your thumb, I close my thumb. There's a fair grip, all that stuff. Because listen, if the referee puts you too close together, you can't get your hand on the back of my wrist without wrist curling, which is a foul. If there is some space in there, right? Now you get meat as you start closing your hand, and you don't have to wrist curl to get a thing. So this is me as a promoter, as a referee, trying to get the best formula. Now, it was great. And then we get to the Mandalay Bay for the first WAL big event in Vegas that we were talking about yesterday. And by the time it's over, we've realized that putting the two fingers with the lightweight guys is a little too far. Just a little, not much, just a little bit, right?
Doesn't have enough.
So all of a sudden, there's a guy there. This guy is killing everybody because of this rule. No one knows he's killing everybody because of the rule except me.
Why does he kill them? Because he gets big of a wrist roll?
Because his fucking hand is ridiculous. And his name is Alan Fisher. And all of a sudden, Bosgan, the Hellraiser, no one can get a bite on this. This big motherfucker now is this far away from him. And he's totally okay with it. But they are in trouble. He wins. Kills everybody. And I knew it, and I was like, oh my God, that's my fault. Now, Alan was in rare form, and he was strong, but and I was trying to tell Rob Vigent Jr. that his hand is so big that if he backs up from people with smaller hands, he still won't mind it, and they will hate it. So, yeah, so we kind of got rid of that two fingers and got Alan back. And then, there's more about Alan because Alan was on such a tear there for those 2 or 3 years. I believe that Alan was the best 154, 160 guy in the United States right around those Game of Arms times. And it all went downhill for Alan when he's about 170, 165, and he pulls against a 200-pound Craig Touye at the Game of Arms season 2, where the fight was with me and Tom Nelson and everybody. Craig and Alan were in a fucking bloodbath.
Really?
Alan is up 2-0.
No.
Listen, crushes him, then beats his ass in a hook. And beats his ass sideways. I mean, it was bad. And Craig was so strong. And I pulled Craig to the side and I said, hey, bro, this guy is killing you up top. You have one way of getting out of here with a win. And I could tell that, Craig's a professional. Craig's got more years logged than me. Craig's got a tremendous intellect. Right? Not a dumb guy, hard worker, tons of integrity, all kinds of this, right? Mm-hmm. So even taking advice from me is a weird situation when the guy, listen, that guy's been arm wrestling longer than me. I remember the first day I came on the scene, he was already Team Louisiana. There was like,
Herman said she never heard of it before.
There was like 4 of them. I've never heard this before.
Yeah, I haven't heard it before either.
Heard what?
That Alan Fisher and Craig Touye story.
Oh, yeah. So listen, 2-0 up. I pull Craig back and I'm like, Craig, listen, he's going to beat your ass again unless you do one thing. He's like, what? I'm like, you take your fucking elbow and you run that motherfucker over there. And I don't care if you put it on Alan's elbow pad. That's how committed you are. And he did it 3 times. But listen, in the middle of that match, Craig Touye's elbow is this far off the pad and this far off the front in order to stop this shit. And man, they were in it. It was amazing. And Alan hurt his arm when it was over. And Alan wasn't the same after that. I'm telling you, man. Alan was.
When was this again?
This was the Game of Arms season 2 when we were in that thing. It kind of got the fight was what everyone talked about, but Craig and Alan's match, man, if it ever got out, dude, it was hot. It was hot, boy. Malin Fisher was the man at that point. He was.
Which that's what I was about to say something, because you're right about the Sears, and it's funny with Allen too, like, because Allen's like one of those dudes who was like the man whenever he started, then through the middle of his career, and then like you'll think that at the very like this seems to be a retirement of his career, he still was like 65 guy, WEL,
crazy.
UAL. Like it's impressive how much of longevity he had for all these years and being up top in America. Like it's like insane. Like,
It's amazing.
right. Then you have like person like let's say Travis Bagent, right? Who was like up top here to shaky in the end, walking with a scumbag, which is
And I had a long career, but it's nothing like Allen's. Allen went fucking double. I mean, he's on his 40th year, probably something fucking nuts, right?
and still he's still in the top conversation.
Dude, not only the top conversation, I'm gonna fucking get to 154 just like that. So even the guy that can whack him is a 176 guy. Like Allen Fisher's the real deal. I mean, what an amazing, dude. What I saw at that was so impressive because I'm telling you, man, Craig was so strong, and to think that Craig was getting ate up by this dude, man, who's 20 years older than him and 20 pounds lighter is fucking nuts. And if he didn't, I'm telling you, man, he was killing people, man. Allen was a bad man that day. And in my opinion, there's no way a 165 guy would have beat him anywhere in North America in that time.
Was there anything else crazy? I was like, nobody ever heard of this.
Well, that's because the footage never came out, right? So it started, we all lost. So it was me, Chop, Craig, and two other, Olin Lucas, and one other dude. Everybody lost until we got to me and Craig. And then Craig won. So we had already knew we lost. But Craig, man, I'm telling you right now, Craig was in so much trouble. I mean, he was in so much trouble. Allen was so dominant. Man, it was crazy. Crazy.
Well, all right, you guys. Where we're at with the timing? All right, we had 1 hour.
Let's get the hell off of this thing. Yeah.
What are our plans? What are our plans for the next?
We are going to the gym here. You're gonna get some blood flow, you said, right? We'll get on the table, see if I can stop you. I think I'll eat you. I think I'll eat you up early. It's just how many times we have to pull before you start beating me. It probably won't take many, but the first couple, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, but the first couple gonna try to cash you. They're like, I can't cash you. I'm gonna hit this motherfucker.
Well, yeah, I think that's gonna be after I get a little taken off. You won't even be able to hit me.
Yeah, but like, look, if you were just gonna be like, all right, if my plan is to stop you first round, I'll probably stop you first round. But I don't want to be the mean to you and fucking just.
I mean, look in the camera. You see the they all look.
Be sure we got it there. Oh my god, I don't know. You flexing the prices out over your heart? Well, I don't know, man. Wait.
280, always weigh the same.
Nah, man.
Sometimes I got traps, sometimes I got love handles. Right now, I'm in the love handle stage.
Sometimes you look like Poland, sometimes you look like the Michelin Man. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm always, when I look in the mirror, I don't look chubby, but then when I see a photo, I'm like, damn, I'm chubby as shit.
Yeah, you got good.
Yeah.
There was one, before we wrap it up, there was one impressive story about physics and shit. WL 2017, the finals that didn't happen, and we all ran it. What was the hotel we all went afterwards? Was it?
There was a pool party.
Yeah, pool party. That's a hotel, and everybody in the pool party, everybody is had a shirt on. You're out there, you got injured, so you're just fucking complaining, barely moving and shit.
Yeah, I heard my left.
Yeah, so you're out there looking. You just out there looking rough, right? And Poland fucking looks like Greek god, and whatever. Then you see Ron Bath. Just fucking looking
like he does fucking human growth hormone or something. What a beast.
The Hercules walking down the thing, the oldest person in the pool looking at them was disgusting little jack. I told Lindsay, like, yo, we got to push towel on. We go back to the room. We can't look around.
Right.
grab you Georgie pina colada.
Look at the striations in this. In that. Wow, what is that?
Oh man, oh,
Like that's a leg? No, that's a forearm.
trying to say something nice about Tom Nelson.
No, I don't fuck with Tom. Except he does like the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Oh, I figured maybe tomorrow we'll start a podcast with SNL skit because somebody will say delivers, the Bears, the top roll,
The Bears.
the Bears, the Bears. All right,
All
guys.
right, guys, listen, man. John, I better see you guys. We need 100 arm wrestlers. We want 100 arm wrestlers at this tournament on June 3rd. We got a weight class for all of you. Masters, amateurs, I mean, trans, lesbian. We got a fucking class for everybody. We don't care.
So
If you're a guy that identifies as a girl, fucking pull you right into girls' class. We don't give a fuck.
Jonathan Parsons, you're invited.
$40. Oh, you pay $40, you identify whatever you want.
All right, guys. So once again, if you want to watch the live stream pay-per-view, the Q&A with Gabriella, Devon Larrett, Travis Bagent, and John Zink.
All in.
Paul part of everything.
All in is the man. He's hosting this.
So if you want to watch the Q&A and the live stream,
And we have to talk about the money. $12,000 we're giving away.
we're not giving away.
I don't have the 12 grand, so that's on Pauline and James and Ink.
Hey, I heard Dave said it's on the envelope.
Got it.
So, if you want to watch that, please become a member of this channel, and within about 48 hours, you can do the same on Devon's channel. If you're hating on us, you can jump on there and become a member there.
We don't care. We love it.
For $1 more, so you get a little discount over here. But
Is it really like that?
Canadian, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to the gym to see if my top roll works.